Am I looking crazy? Am I looking crazy out here? Up in here, up in here. My light. You get my light right. Am I looking crazy up in here, up in here? Am I looking in here? Somebody said thanks. Let me get my microphone. First of all, can y'all hear me? Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I see somebody up in here. Yes, I can. Okay. Y'all know I can't. Y'all know I can't see. So I'm trying to see what's really going on. And let me get my mic. My mic sounds nice. Check one. I'm dating myself with that. Who know where that's from? My mic sound nice. Check one. How many of y'all know what that is? Cheers. Happy holidays. This is apple juice. And that is, who is that? That is, damn, hold on. I got to make this bigger. I got my glasses on and I still got to make stuff bigger. Ain't that crazy? Uh, PVPQS, and I think Dana Hooks. What's good, y'all? I'm not gonna be on here. I'm not gonna be on here that long. I'm not gonna be on here that long. I just came to say happy holidays. You know, every year, and I've been putting this off. You know, every year I do I do something in the holiday season. I do something that has to do with can y'all hear me? This what? Hold on. I do something about, you know, I talk about the holidays and I talk about toxic family. I'm trying to use this mic, and it is not allowing me to. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm trying to customization. I am trying to monetization, customization. I'm trying to change my microphone over to this one, but it's not allowing me to do that. So I want to use my phone, and I'm going to also um, log in to myself. But how's everybody doing on this holiday? We talk right here. How's everybody doing on this holidays, man? How y'all doing here? How's your holiday season? Let me know in the Chizat. Cause this is something. Cause I'm not seeing y'all here. I'm not seeing y'all here. All right. So we're gonna do a check-in, right? Everybody who's here, it says 13 people here. Um, everybody who's here, I'm gonna need y'all to check in. Like you're a rapper going to LA. I'm gonna need y'all to check in. All right. And let me know where you from in the chat box right here. Y'all feel me? Let me know where you calling from because we're gonna have a nice little talk. I'm not gonna be on here that long, but I do want to have a nice little talk about what is this? Looking all crazy. I want to have a nice little talk about the holidays and toxic family. 206. Now come on, now you gonna have me Google? How you doing? Where is 206? Where good 206? Where's 206 at? Want me to Google it? I know 205 is in Alabama. Okay, Seattle. Shout out to Seattle. Beef flow. Somebody wrote beef flow. What is beef flow? Buffalo. Is that Buffalo? Upstate? Okay, upstate. Them Bills is kicking. Them Bills is looking good. Them Bills looking good this year. You know Buffalo. I'm sure you know that Buffalo is the only football team that actually plays in the state of New York. I'm from New York City, so I know they play out in Jersey. All right, PVPQS. Where you from, player? And Dana Hooks, where you from? Everybody, come on, man. Come on, man. It's the holidays, man. Y'all sitting up here with me for a couple of minutes. I have no idea, but I know Christmas is tomorrow, and I said I was going to do this show. So I said, let me get this show. I said, let me get this show out of the way, right? It's my third, because this is something that's, really, I don't know. It's just something that everybody has their thing. My thing is, it's not so much about toxic family. It's about people knowing and understanding that you don't have to allow toxic family to turn you toxic. You understand what I'm saying? And oh man, I appreciate that, man. Yo, you don't know, good 206. You don't know how much that means to me, because that was always my goal, man. My goal was that, because I've been doing this for a long, 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 long time. And my goal was that I want to be the person that I wish I had back when I started in the 80s, players and playettes, the 80s. You feel me? So back to the toxic family thing, right? Because first of all, most, whether people admit it or not, most families are toxic and dysfunctional. You know what I'm saying? There's love there. You want them, you love them, you want to be there for them in the whole 9 yards. You will do anything for you. Give them the shirt off your back, give them a kidney if you had to. That don't mean they ain't toxic. You understand what I'm saying? And we live in a world and in a society that says, right, due to traditionalism, dogma, dare I say religion, a whole bunch of stuff that says, that, like, you never turn your back on family, which I agree with to a certain degree. You can, you don't necessarily have to, you can love from afar. Do you understand what I'm saying? You can love from afar, and you can choose not to participate in toxic situations. You know what's funny? I don't know if y'all rock with TikTok. Cause I've been on a real TikTok kick lately, and Instagram, and you know how they do those, like they'll have all those things where like people will be acting out, like people are. It'll be like a recording of somebody arguing in the background, and they'll be over there like, oh, they'll be fighting and stuff like that. That's real, man. When you're around family, because I know, like when you're around family, um, there's a lot of toxicity going on. Who wants to deal with that? You know what I'm saying? Now, understand something. If it don't apply, let it fly like a bird. What they said back in the OJ case, if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. You feel me? So if you come from a beautiful kumbaya family, God bless you. You're blessed. Like seriously, that's another reason, a video that I did before on gratitude. That's a reason to show gratitude, because everybody ain't got it like that. Most people, a lot of people are in positions where they're dealing with family. The family is toxic, but they feel like that's what they have to do. Especially in the holiday season, they feel obligated, right? So here's what I'm saying: is that you can go, bring your food, bring a plate, bring a glass of something good, enjoy, give auntie, give mama, give cousin, Junebug, and everybody a kiss and a hug. Eat some food. But once it starts getting crazy, You know what I'm saying? You know my phrase. It's time to put butter on them shoes and slide on out the door. You feel me? You don't have to stay there and engage in the toxicity. And sometimes you the toxic one. And sometimes everybody's toxic. Y'all feel me? You understand what I'm saying? But if you know and you understand, you can excuse or recuse yourself. You feel me, Shouty? I wish I had my thing in here to have my sound effects. But how y'all doing? I got some more to say. But how y'all doing? And y'all did all y'all shopping and all that stuff? And I know that everybody doesn't necessarily celebrate Christmas. You know, these days, people, you say Merry Christmas to people, they get all crazy. I'm not a Christmas celebrator either. However, I live in a society where people do celebrate. So out of respect, Merry Christmas. Don't bother me none. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not a Muslim or Hebrew Israelite, any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not in the holidays like that. And I'm not a Jehovah's Witness either. I'm just not in the holiday. But I do believe in God. So what's going on, y'all? What y'all doing on a Wednesday night, Christmas Eve? Damn. I ain't worried about them people, man. I ain't worried about them people. What else was I going to say? Damn, I done forgot. But chillaxing. Okay, I mean it's chillaxing. What else was I going to say? There was something I was going to say, but I could just flow with it. Amen. Working on a YouTube video. Okay. DJ Redline 25. What kind of channel you got? I'll definitely hold on. Let me click on you. I'm gonna click go to channel, see what you're talking about over there. I don't know if this is your channel, but I'm gonna see what you're talking about over there. It says DJ, so you might be working on some videos. But what kind of videos that you do? So funny. Oh, one of the things I want to talk about is that I want to do lives more often. So one of the things is that we calling this the Heat Press Lounge. One of my favorite channels is a brother by the name of Lead Farmer 73. He's like a homesteader, prepper, all this stuff. Ain't got nothing to do with t-shirts, but love his channel. And when he does lives all the time, and he be on lives for like hours. I ain't doing all that. But he calls his thing, because he farms and he grows food. He calls when he does his like crew, he calls them the Greenhouse Lounge, right? So I'm like, you know what? I got to come up with a name, and we are the Heat Press Lounge. You feel me? Because no matter what you're doing with t-shirts, you need you a heat press. I hope y'all know what is. Use your imagination. You need a heat press. All right. Custom shirt channel, no bigs, apparel printing, and prayer channel. Let us pray today. Okay. You make it happen, Captain. Make it happen. My man went DMX on us. Let us pray. Father, we love you. We want you. We're here for you. Y'all remember DMX and prayers? Rest in peace, DMX. His prayers was off the chain. You remember the comedian said that, what's that guy? That little nasty nigga? Um, Stomp. What's that guy named? Stomp. He did this record called Stomp. The porno watching nigga. Excuse my expression, y'all. What's his name? What is that guy's name? Kirk Franklin. Yes, Kirk Franklin. You remember the comedian said Kirk Franklin sound like he sound like he want to curse. Don't DMX sound like he want to curse when he was doing them prayers? I ain't gonna do it. Y'all know DMX wanted to curse when he was doing them prayers. And y'all see when Kurt Franklin was cussing out his son? Get your motherfucking ass. Y'all remember that? I'm like, I can't take these cats seriously. I know everybody cursed, but come on, man. Anyway, and kids will make you do that. Kids will make you curse. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, toxic family. As I was saying, we all have toxic family. And I think that maybe that be throwing people off because I do t-shirts. But yo, everything ain't about t-shirts. How many, what I'm saying? I'm a human being and this is the holiday. I can't just be talking about t-shirts all the time. We could talk about t-shirts, but and clothing brands. But this is something, like I said, that's, really important to me. Cause like, yo, I grew up, I love my family, but yo, there's a lot of toxicity going on. And I can say that because like what's his name? I'm bad with recall of names. What's the comedian name? Y'all ain't afraid of you motherfuckers. Hold on, what's his name? Bernie Mac said I can talk about my family because y'all got effed up family too. You know what I'm saying? So we family here. And what I'm saying is that you could be around people, you can go around people, but you can love people from a distance. And one of the things that I do want to say, right, is that there's this thing, right, when dealing with family, right, there's this crazy thing that you're supposed to extend when family members do messed up stuff, right? They always want the person that's a victim of the family. They always want that person to be the bigger person, to be the bigger man, to be the bigger woman, to extend grace to their janky ass family. Well, I'm here to flip that. I'm here to flip that. And I think that the narrative should be, traditionalism tells us that that's what we need to do. But I want to flip that. I think it's the opposite. I think that it should be something where, because if you say nah, because there's people who are straight up going zero contact. I ain't gonna do that. But there are people who are going zero contact with their families, right? Which is whatever, if that's what you want to do, right? But I'm going to say this. As when a person goes zero contact, that person is seen as the bad person. How could you do that to family? How could you can't turn your back on family, all that traditionalism nonsense. However, why don't we flip it and see it the other way? If that's your family member, how could you be rude to family? How could you be nasty to family? How could you be facetious to family? How could you not support family? You understand what I'm saying? So the people who are rude and nasty are really the ones that should be ostracized. Not you for saying, no, you're messed up, I'm not gonna rock with you. But but I'm saying we live in a bizarro world anyway. But the world that we live in, it's like you gotta keep your peace. Yes, exactly. But the world that we live in, the person who goes no contact, the person who loves from afar, that they're seen as the bad guy, not the people who treat family members bad. It's like you're always supposed to have grace. But where is the anger? Where is the disdain? Where is the shunning of the family members who mistreat other family members and cause them to be like, I'm not rocking with y'all? Nobody has no smoke for them. Has anybody ever noticed that? Nobody has no smoke for the family member who causes a ruckus. The family member who comes over, y'all know, we just had Thanksgiving. Y'all know the family member on Thanksgiving. I've had so many Thanksgiving when people start arguing. The family member who comes over on Thanksgiving who starts instigating. The family member who starts fussing, fighting, and cussing. Why are they always there every year? Why don't we say Aunt Franny can't come, yo? Aunt Franny, you can't come. See, that'd be bad. But when Aunt Franny can't come to Thanksgiving, maybe Aunt Franny get her shit together. Y'all feel me? Let the church say amen. I wish I had my little which I have my little sound effects. But I just wanted to put that out there, man. I'm not gonna keep y'all long. I've been doing this for this is my third year doing the toxic family thing, right? And another thing is this, like I said before, if the glove don't fit, you must quit. If it don't apply, let it fly. If you have a beautiful, because some people, and it amazes me when I go to like, you ever knew a family or a person, and they family was just like they're the most loving, kind, peaceful that I mean, it's like it's almost kind of off putting. It's like y'all like each other. It's kind of weird, man. You know what I'm saying? If you ever been around one of those families, it's rare, but when those loving, like almost no family is 100%. What's the word? Functional, but those loving, functional families like it's really like a postcard. That's some beautiful stuff. Like I said, if there's ever a reason to practice gratitude, it's that right there. Because if you have that, that's not normal. You are blessed and you are lucky. Y'all feel me? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, but that's it. I wanted to say something else, right? And this is something that my last show that I did on Toxic Family, a few people actually emailed me, hit me up, and it was like, "Thank you so much." That's why I'm doing this year. They was like, "Thank you so much," and it was a couple of people that I knew that I didn't even know was watching. Actually, texted me. They hit me on the jack, and they was like thanking me. And one person actually wanted. We had a full blown conversation about family and toxic family and all that stuff. And it was crazy. It was crazy. So you never know. There's a saying like they say, if you could, it's like it's corny, but it's real. It's saying if you could reach one person, and it's real. If you can reach one person, let them know, like, yo, like it ain't just you. Lots of people deal with jacked up family, man. It just is what it is. And what's crazy is that most people's families are kind of jacked up, and it's common. It's so common, especially in the black community. You know what I'm saying? It's so common that it's normalized. That's what I mean when we just go and we go to these functions and we be around these families and you dealing with the arguments and the fights and the fussing and the cussing, and it is what it is. No, that's the worst thing you could ever say. The worst thing you could ever say is it is what it is, because it's not supposed to be. How can we? I hate that when people say it is what it is. No, no, no. It ain't what it ain't. You're always supposed to be fixing stuff. But this is the last little anecdote that I'm gonna tell you because it happened and it blew my mind. Right, there was a in case you didn't know, like I've been on YouTube. I was an early adopter. What do you think about the Zazzle? We're not talking about T-shirts right now. We're gonna do that towards the end. We're not talking about T-shirts right now. We talking about some real family holiday real stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'll come back to the T-shirts before I close out. But people love when you. I'm not gonna say that, man. I'm in a good mood, man. Happy holidays. Oh, okay. So I've been doing this for quite some time, but I'm a very early adopter to YouTube. I've been on YouTube almost since its inception. I remember this young lady, beautiful young lady I met at a party downtown. And I remember we was hanging out, and she told me, she said something, and she said YouTube, and I was like, I always been into the internet and stuff, and I was like, you, what's that? She was like, yeah, you can YouTube, you can put your own videos up, and I was like, you can what? So I went to YouTube. I never forget. I went to YouTube and I saw people putting their own videos up. Bro, it blew me away. So YouTube, and from that point on, maybe not long after that, I started making videos. Of course, it wasn't T-shirt videos. I started making videos, and I've been hooked. I think YouTube. is the best bar none internet platform. I don't. It's social media, but I don't consider it social media. I consider it media. Um, YouTube is the biggest network on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. It's up there with ABC, NBC, CBS, HBO, Cinemax, Netflix, right? It's a top, and it's actually one of the top streaming platforms. It probably besides Netflix, the top streaming platforms. So when you're on YouTube, think about this for a second. And I'm going somewhere with this. Think about this for a second. When you're on YouTube, it's literally like, imagine if you have the power. Imagine if you had the power to put yourself on ABC, on NBC, on CNN, on Fox News. Imagine if you could just take a video that you can shoot on your phone and put it on TV. That's, well, of course, it ain't that easy, and not necessarily everybody will watch it. But if you do the right things, get in the algorithm, do all the stuff that you all know that stuff, and keep it going, you could literally change your life. Real talk. I worked in corporate America for 20 years. I've been working since I've been doing like I've been doing stuff since the late 80s. And I haven't had to go into a job in about 12 years, 12, 13 years. Glory be to, I'm going to go on. Kirk Franklin, about to go DMX. God, thank you, God. I don't have to work. Um, 14 years. And a great deal of that is thanks to YouTube. So cheers to YouTube, guys. So the person on there who's saying he's doing a video, you're doing the right thing. YouTube can change your life. But here's where I was going with this. I did this show last year, and it was a guy. When I first started, I had a total another channel. I was on here. I was doing a lot of like I wouldn't say political stuff, but just like life stuff. I was just talking, wasn't and I met a whole bunch of people. It was a whole crew of us, that used to talk, and back then, this was in like 2007, 2008. YouTube actually had, and I don't know if y'all knew that YouTube actually had, like, you could have friends. They had a friends section, and you could send messages back and forth and hold. And big thanks. I'm trying. Yes, do your thing. Do your thing. You could send messages in the whole 9 yards, and they had something called video responses. So underneath this video, someone can click and put a video response, and you can see it under the video. It was beautiful. The early days of YouTube was beautiful. They really need to bring back because you can't DM, you can't really have friends, you can't message anybody on YouTube anymore. And back in the day, you could have all that. You had friends. There was a whole back end, and then Google bought it, and then Google came out with that god awful. Remember Google Plus, and they made us all get it. And when they came up with Google Plus, they got rid of all of the social aspects of YouTube, and they put it on Google Plus, and they've never brought it back. Well, I'm saying they need to bring it back. Maybe it's a good thing. But anyway, right? There was a bunch of us, and there was, and I remember I was on here. I was just gonna say revolutionary. He was his revolu. I'm not gonna say his whole full name, but part of his name was revolutionary. And and he came on the last time I did a live. He was on. He was like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Oh, Dip." And my man said, "Yo," and I said, "Damn, I ain't seen you in years." And my man was like, "Yo, I've been here the whole time." I man said, because back in the day we were always just talking shit. He was like, he seen my growth. He was like, "Yo, I'm proud of you." And here's the thing: the gentleman said he was proud of me, but here's the thing, bro. And this kind of messed me. I didn't talk about it. Yo, bro, nobody in my family ever told me that they were proud of me for doing anything. This is what I mean when I say toxicity. You know what I'm saying? I done spoke. I done been around the world. I done had businesses. I worked for some of the biggest companies and corporations on the planet. Ain't nobody ever said, but it's cool. because I'm proud of me. You know what I'm saying? I don't need, I'm the type of person, I don't need external validation. Most of y'all do. Keep it 100. Most people do. I don't. That's a blessing. Gratitude. You know what I'm saying? But yo, a person who I've never seen before, seen my growth and told me they was proud of me, and nobody in my family has ever uttered those words to me. Ain't that something? You gotta think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. When, and I've said this in the video before, the people who are you're probably going to get the most support on your YouTube channel, your business, your t-shirt business, are going to be okay. God 206, brother, I appreciate it. I'm about to get out of here soon too. But thank you for coming. Um, the people who you for your business, for your t-shirt business, for anything that you do, I'm telling you right now, the people who you're going to get the most support from are people who you do not know. I don't know. I've never met that brother. You know what I'm saying? We used to go back and forth. We send messages. I think we talked on the phone a couple of times, but a whole bunch of us did. But I never met any of these people. But the fact that you can get more support from people who you've never known than from family members, that's something. Now, maybe they are, but they just don't say it. You know, maybe they are proud. Maybe my family were proud, but they just never said it. But that ain't cool. You understand what I'm saying? So, um, the back to what I was saying, the most support you're going to get, the people who are going to support your business, your YouTube channel, your t-shirts, whatever you're doing, your restaurant, your podcast, whatever you're doing, are going to be people that you don't know. Keeping it 100. It's going to be people that you don't know. And that's okay. And the people who you really, 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 really want to like be supportive, be in your corner, do all those things. A lot of them are going, the family members and the friends, a lot of them, you're just not going to get it. But here's the thing. Don't fret. Don't get mad. Don't be like, man, y'all don't support me. Don't. Just accept it. It is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? Not everybody is cut out to be supportive. Not everybody is cut out to be this person. And I'm gonna say, a lot of times when a person knows you, when you both in the mud, right? As they say, get it out the mud. When you're both in the mud, and a person knows you, they know your likes, dislikes, they know who you are. They see themselves in you because you come from the same place. And when you start to elevate, I say this all the time, you become a mirror. And when they see you, they see themselves. And when they see you doing something and them not doing something, they see what they're not doing. And it makes them very upset because this person, he eat the same food I eat. He grew up in the same neighborhood I grew up in. He had roaches, I had roaches. He had mice, I had mice. Now he's excelling and I'm in the same place. And some people, when that happens, as opposed to reaching in and being happy and maybe even looking at what you're doing so he can do it, I can do it. Some people would say, screw him. He ain't no better than me. You know what I'm saying? But that comes from the person. That comes from the person. You understand what I'm saying? I'm the type of person, when I see a person who comes from a similar place that I'm in, as long as they ain't doing nothing negative, when I see them blow up, I'm like, damn, if they could do it, I can do it. I don't have any animosity, any anger whatsoever. Envy and jealousy are not the same things. Jealousy literally means the fear of someone taking something away from you. Envy is wanting what someone else has, right? But there's toxic envy and there's benign envy. Let's break this down. Toxic envy and benign envy. Benign envy is, damn, he blowing up. I want to blow up too. What can I do to blow up like him? That's normal. I don't think there's anything wrong with that too. Seeing what someone else has and wanting the accolades that they have, not necessarily wanting what they have, right? But wanting the accolades that someone has is beautiful. But when you actually want what they have, when it's toxic is when, how come he got that? I should be getting that. How come he got that car? I should have that car. He shouldn't have that car. That's when it's toxic. But when you say, damn, he got the new whip, he getting money. I want a car like that too. I want like he got a bomb ass girl. I want a girl like that. That's benign. That's beautiful. He got a bomb ass girl. I want to take his girl. That's toxic. You understand what I'm saying? You see the difference? Do y'all see the difference? You know what I'm saying? So jealousy is the fear that someone's going to take something from you. Envy is wanting what someone else has, and that could go two ways. Everybody wants something that somebody else has. It's, do you want something like they have, or do you want specifically what they have? You understand what I'm saying? And oh, for real, Dana Hooks, Merry Christmas. So that's my message for today. I didn't want to stay here with y'all all day. You understand? I just wanted to leave that with you and wish you guys a very, very, very happy holidays. If you celebrate Merry Christmas, or whatever. Like I said, I'm not a Christmas person, but I will be happy for you. You understand me? You feel me, Shawty? Anyway, that is it. Now, if anyone has any questions, somebody came with the questions about Zazzle. First of all, who the hell? I didn't want to say anything, but now didn't some? Let me see. Did somebody ask about Zazzle? Oh, first of all, to the person who asked about Zazzle, if you're even still here, bro, I have not heard of anybody using Zazzle in like a decade. I didn't even know that Zazzle was still around. Maybe have they blown up? Because like I know about Printful, Printify, Shopify, all those things, but I have not heard of anybody using Zazzle in a decade. So that's what I have to say. I got about 2-3 minutes left. I wanted to come and share that with you on this Christmas Eve. If anybody has any questions, right, about any t-shirt stuff, feel free to ask me before I put this butter on these Crocs. I rock Crocs, by the way, amongst tons of other shoes, but I do wear my Crocs. So if anyone has any questions before I butters, holla at a player. Posted my vid. Mind if I post the link? Yeah, you can post the link. Why not? This dies though. If you want to come to the repost and post it, you can post it. But this right here, this live right here, this doesn't live forever. Only the when it comes back, I had to learn that the hard way. Only when it comes back, there's two lives. There's the live feed right here. Only people who are watching can see that one. But if you come back with the after I close and you post it, people can see it. Just something I learned. But what y'all doing for the holidays for our butters? Any questions on the t-shirt industry? STRYEE industry. Cool and thanks. Oh, you're welcome. You are quite welcome. On this Christmas Eve, 2 hours while I'm on the East Coast, 2 hours before Quitma. Quitma. Y'all good? Ain't nobody saying it. So with that being said, right? Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Oh man, nah, I'm not going to impressions. I used to go to impressions every year, but I just am not been. I always love going to Cali, But at this point, man, unless somebody gonna bring me out there to speak or something like that, and or something, I'm just not going. It's not, as I said, the juice is not worth the squeeze. The juice ain't worth the squeeze. But I would love to go. So if any of my sponsors, anybody, if y'all out there and y'all want me to come and drop some ism on the people, I'll be more than welcome to. But I'm not gonna do it. Are you in Cali? Yeah, I love it. I love it. But no, not no more. Not no more. Not no more. Anyway, folks, and I'm going to give y'all another minute or two. Just know it's coming. Yeah, it's coming up next real soon, in a couple weeks probably. I didn't even look. And also they trying to like. I used to go all the time, but I don't know for some reason. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if this is tariff pricing. I don't know, but the hotels are crazy. Greetings, finest. Pheno's finest. What's popping? What's popping? Where you from, Pheno's? I don't know if you always come here. Welcome to the Heat Press Lounge. You feel me? But for some reason, they trying to bust people upside the head for the hotel. I mean, I got it, but it's the principle. Come on, man. Yo, they going. The hotels are crazy. El Paso, El Paso. Shout out to Texas. Um, yeah. It's the principle. It's principle as what the brother said in Friday. It's principalities. I'm not bust people upside the head like that. Nah, son. Nah. Anyway, guys, man, it has been real. I love y'all, man. The Heat Press Lounge. Um, Law, the inconvenient convenience fee. Yo, in Vegas, I don't know what's going on. I'm going to Miami soon. I'm going to Miami too. And yo, what's up with these? They charge you, and now everybody's getting crazy. What's up with these? What do they call resort fees? Wait. What you mean resort fees? The resort fee is me paying for the hotel. So you're gonna give me a hotel fee to stay. So there's a hotel fee. A hotel is a resort, and you're gonna give me a resort fee and a tax. You got to be kidding me. And guys, mind you, we have like we have an FTC who are supposed to be that this is stuff is not supposed to happen. Just like a cruise, like you pay for the cruise and you pay gratuities. What are you talking about gratuities? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Crazy! All these a hotel. So the hotel is a price, and then you got to pay for the hotel on top of the hotel, and then you got. I understand tax. I don't understand income tax, but I understand tax. I understand taxes, and I understand a resort fee. So a hotel fee and a hotel fee on top of the hotel fee. You got to pay for the hotel, but then you got to pay for the hotel on top of it. Come on, man. And you have a country and a government and the FTC and your government and Senate. That's why I don't rock with that politics. You have government, you have a governor, senators, mayors that think that that's totally okay, and the FTC, Free Trade Commission, that thinks, come on, man. It's unbelievable. That's the effed up way. Anyway, guys, I'm in too good of a mood to be complaining. God bless y'all. All right. Enjoy the holidays. Happy New Year. Thank you for stopping by the Heat Press Lounge. I'm gonna see you when I see you. Y'all know how I do. I'm finna put some butter on my shoes and slide on out the door. God bless y'all, man. Merry Christmas. Peace.